Hey guys, welcome back, and let's see. Let's see. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna take you guys through it, and I can tell you guys, it's been a long time where I've seen the markets been this difficult. Not difficult, but let's look at it, and I can show you guys. All right, so let's go an hour. All right, so we rejected from this fair value gap there. We broke down. So obviously the consensus is maybe to go down to these equal lows here. But if you look at this, there's a bigger fair value gap here. So, and I'm just going to mark it out like this. That liquidity pool is right by that 50% of this big move down, right? This AM move down. So in theory, you want to see price go up. Ignore this little block. This is a 1 minute fair value gap. In theory, you want to see price go up into a premium zone above the 50% by this liquidity. And I'll show you why the liquidity is important there just now. Maybe we get it now in a PM session, but I can tell you one thing, it's not playing out like it used to. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. All right. So this is that fair value gap. This is that liquidity. That is where premium is above here, right? And price since 10 o'clock, 9:45. It's been going sideways. And I've tried even before the session. I've tried this trade here. I was in it, nice profit, boom, stopped out. We inverted up here, I entered, boom, stopped me out. I then sat on my hands and we got this nice big pin, and I thought, okay, well, we'll see some sort of a move now. And I'm just trying to see where did I enter, but I did enter somewhere here. I think it's maybe this gap here. I entered, went green, boom, stopped out. It's just been going, I got stopped out 3 times here. And that is super, super frustrating for me. So, all I can tell you guys is just to be careful. And, just watch out. Don't try to overtrade or look for stuff that's potentially not there. In this case, we've got little gaps here. If we invert this gap here, let me mark this out. This could potentially send us to that. And now it's just, yeah, it's one of those things, I guess. So we gotta just give it some time here. Don't know for what really, but maybe we'll get there. Maybe the entry is there to short it. And as you guys can see now, that almost looks like something good. But we've got this fair value gap in our way, and we've got liquidity there. So you almost want to see this get inverted and then run up in there, and then hopefully see some sort of a reversal here. So that's what I'm going to look for in this session, is going to see if we're actually going to get to that liquidity pool up there, and then potentially see, maybe we go there quickly and then we get a nice reversal from there to run lower. So this is currently looking like a IFEG, but so I've traded a bunch of them today and it just doesn't work out. It almost feel like fair value gaps is just a pie in the sky or something. And but anyways, let's make that blue still, because I don't even didn't close outside of it. In fact, it's closing below, so I just don't see why would we just drop from here if we've got liquidity up there. And if you want to go lower, you want to go sell at a premium, not down in a discount. Okay, so for now I'm just gonna keep it like this, and then we're just gonna be patient now. And remember, I don't know if you guys joined in the AIM session. So what normally happens, and what I said, and I just want to make this smaller, we get this big dump from just 9 o'clock or 9:15, and we see this big dump. Then it starts consolidating. We've got liquidity down here, but we go sideways. Now it's consolidating potentially for a nice big move to the downside. For us to go down here, can it just drop from here? Of course it can. But what's the right way of doing this? You want to induce people to say we're going long. Now in our, the way we see it, we don't think we're going to go long. We say we've got a liquidity pool up here that, yes, we can drive price there to induce people, make them believe we're going up, and then reverse and go down. That's what I'm hoping to see, and see how these price levels there, respecting this 50% of this fair value gap. And I mean, that to me is bearish, but I would really like to see price go up there and then give some sort of a short signal to go lower. Then we've got liquidity here, here, and then ultimately down there. And we literally stuck between this 50% of this fair value gap and the bigger 1 hour fair value gap, 50% here. We're right on it, and we're just jigging sideways on this bloody thing. All right, let's go back. Okay, so we invert this now, we run liquidity out of this, and I'm going to try this because this is an inversion, and hopefully that is the take profits. But this is like, I think it's called high resistance trading. It's where price is resistant, very resistant to go anywhere, but just stuck in that range. And then obviously the stop would be by this low. All right, let's see. If it works out this time around, or if it wants to do anything, it's close to working out, or is it just one of those silly trades that means nothing? just so you guys can see I'm here. I actually wanted to see something. This view up, where does this thing sit? Okay, view up's right up here. Let's take that off, and the pivot is right at that view up as well. Okay. Right, this liquidity lines up with a VWAP and a pivot point. So that could be the place where we see resistance. Whenever, I must say, whenever we manage to take a, you know, the market up there. Okay, let's see. I know it's been slow here currently, and IFG, what I'm hoping to see, I know it's still early, but around 1450s, around here, to hopefully see price move there, or already move there and see some sort of displacement to the downside. Let's put it in here as the target 19, what was it? 609. Right, if you got any other views, put it in the comments below. Let us know what's your targets, and yeah, let's have a look at those. Obviously, I've got targets to the downside as well, but I think, in my opinion, not financial advice, just as education and what I've observed here, I would like to see price go up to that 19609 level first. As you have it, looks like we want to do that other silly trick again, where we invert multiple sides, multiple everything. I don't know. Okay, that rejection looks good. That rejection looks good. See if we can hold it there. Okay, now it would be nice to see this high, something close above there and not close below here. If we go and close above this high, I mean, even if you look at, then I'll probably move my stop to below this IFG. And what I want to say, I mean, these are all these highs here, these are all equal highs. So that's the first point, but I would like to see price slice and close above that levels to go higher. If it's just spinning there, then it might come down again and maybe take some lows out before it wants to do anything. That is if we go there. For now, we just have to sit and wait and see if the market wants to go into this last hour sideways, or is it actually going to do something. All right, 50% of that wick. See if it wants to hold price to send it higher, or are we just gonna break lower? Break lower. That 50% of that IFG is 50% of that wick. Talking about this wick here, that's normally a good support or level to hold price, but looks like it's not gonna happen today. Right, so if this trade gets stopped here, paper trade, obviously the sideways move is not working for any trading. Maybe someone's making money out there. Sure, someone is. And then I'll probably just wait and see if we get up there and see if we could get some sort of a entry short to come down. And hopefully this move up does not take another hour and 15 minutes to barely get there. Be nice to see this go up there to force people to go long, or maybe people's already short and this, I don't know, want to do something maybe overnight, maybe in Asia, and then but anyways. Alright, so it looks like I want to curse it, but it looks as if something wants to move. Okay, so looks like we're going to get some sort of momentum coming in here now to start push price higher. I just need to see price close above this high, then I'll move my stop. See, we're pinning again. These swing high pins kills me, and let's make it a little bit bigger here for everybody to see. I want to see this high. So let's make sure everybody can see it. I need to see this candle close above. The fact that it's only pinning there tells me, I don't know, I want to come down again. Alright, so you could see this gap here as a pin in that, and then target these highs. Take that off because that is just not 9949. Okay, so let's leave that there. It's actually a nice buy here, short there. This is, I know there's a position already there, but this one here, I just want to show you. And a 221, 221 would be there. Can you guys believe it now, after all of this? But this is what we want to see, right? We want to see speed up and then a, you know, a rejection type of thing. But again, guys, I mean, we see this aggressive move and this pin. This could all be for these, you know, these equal highs that we pointed out earlier. Okay, let's have a look here. It's a swing high down here. I think putting a stop up here should be fine. Let's see if we can get this all the way to the target. Right, so far it looks good. Stop has been put tight to the entry, which is fine, and all we got to do now is hope and see that we get this higher up. Guys, don't try to, I mean, if you're taking a paper trade, don't try to rush into a trade here. Rather wait for some sort of a, I mean, I know there's no gaps, there's a gap only down here. Always good to wait and see if there's any pullback opportunities, if if you feel strongly that it's going to go to that target. I think we moved a decent amount, so I'm just gonna put my stop at break even at this point, so I can't lose money here. I mean, we could pull back into the 50% of this and then go higher. See, we're at that 50% now. Let's see if we're gonna do some sort of a bounce here. Okay, let's see if... Okay, so this is going to be important. This gap here. Okay, so now if we close above this, that could send us up there. Let's see if we can invert this fair value gap. Maybe an inverted straight up in there and not give us any opportunity, but we've already got a trade down here, so we want to see some sort of inversion there. See that fair value gap is holding price in that 50% of that. That's obviously not a nice reaction. we close below that low, I'm just gonna close the trade. So I've got $600 from that trade. Closing below this seems like we want to go lower here. As you can see, it's pushing lower. It's in this into this little gap here. Right there. Okay, so let's see if that gap's going to hold price or if we're going to have a bounce here. Okay, so there's a fair value gap. Here's a fair value gap. Another rejection, it looks like it's if I stuck with the trade, I would have been out at break even, yeah. So I'm glad I took the trade when we closed below this low to secure some sort of a profit. All I can tell you guys is if this market comes back to normal and start turning bullish, there's going to be a lot of money we can make. Okay, let's see. All I can tell you guys, if any of you guys are trading with real money, just be careful. What is this? 1960. 609. Right, so let's see. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is to confuse everybody, or not to confuse everybody. I'm just going to take all of this off and see if we can get a clearer view. And see, let's now watch this high. See, we're not getting there. So this was this was the macro time up here, right? Now we're pulling back. We are 6 minutes left. Let's see if we can get a push up here. Remember, the macro is from 1450 till 1510. If you really look at this move here, was taking on the left all those equal highs, but we did not reject immediately. We now doing this grad that almost give me that sense that we're not in a hurry to go down here. We most probably want to go higher up first. Okay, let's see what we do here. Are we just spiking through these lows? Because those are we closing below it? Alright, so obviously it looks like we want to close below it. Well, let's wait for the candle to close first. See if we want to get down here for a quick scalp type of trade down to the body of this candle. See if this is going to hold here. Just go up here. Alright, so I'll show you guys the observation just now. So up here we had this candle take out that low or close below it, form a fair value gap, come back, test it and reject it. We form a fair value gap, this candle close below this lows, we come back, hopefully we see it, reject it. This is amazing. It creates the fair value gap, it takes out the low, it rejects it, but then looks like it wants to carry on higher. Come on. See what it does at this level, this low here. See if we can get that push. Come on. Oh gosh. Okay. That one's out. Alright, so something that we must keep in mind here, whenever you see obviously a candle forming a fair value gap that closed below previous little low, that fair value gap looks like a good entry place if the market is short, to take a short and target a close by swing low, and this was the swing low that was targeted here. It had come back and then eventually, but then it created this again, that swing low or the swing low. I did not take the swing low, I took the body of this candle. The reason being is this, let me just see, let me take my face off here. The reason being is this swing, it's already taken a low and rejected it. This has not taken anything out. And this is also a level. 50% of that, and we haven't got there. Could go there. So here's another little fair value gap with a candle that took out the low. So this could be, just based on our observation here, such a small gap. Alright, that's not going to work because we already close above it. Maybe it does, but that's not a good example. Definitely, this is definitely something for your notes, especially when you've taken liquidity out, which was above this 50%, that high manipulation, and then whatever it created going lower. That's good, entry models for little scalps. Like I said, that was not something that's going to hold. Price action's been very difficult, guys. It's not best price action, to be honest, but I guess it is what it is, and this teaches you to manage your risks, to manage your positions, to be clear on what you want to do, to be clear on your strategy, and when the time comes where things settles out again, it will become much easier. Okay, let's see. If you want to take these highs, these lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, we want to see some sort of push through something down here, and then reverse to go higher. Okay, let's see. This is going to give us that push or not. Okay, so let's see. Alright, so if we close above this now, okay, so we close above that, equal highs here, maybe we create a fair value gap to test to go, so let's see. Not taking it. Alright, so let's see if this fair value gap or this stays as a fair value gap. Alright, so let's, oh gosh. So I'm going to try it and see if our theory holds here. Another $500. Okay, there we go. Pretty quickly. It's not bad. Okay. Those, you know, okay, let's see if this fair value gap still going to hold price, because we close above all these highs here and maybe want to target these highs up here a little bit higher. Or are we going to invert this and take it down? And remember, there's a swing point here, so if we close low, you can see a test back into this level here. Gosh, I can't see. Okay, so we didn't close below it, so I'm just gonna let it be for now. Okay, so the market's been tough and it's not been moving. Looks like fair value gap still holding. I thought we are going to at least go to these highs here. Okay, so now we get the push lower down. Okay, we're closing below that, so maybe we just drop and not get a chance back in here. Maybe, yep. Okay, so here we can see we just go spike below this low and probably see the body close above this, or if it closes lower, then obviously we're gonna target some lower lows here. So this is an interesting gap for us now, and could potentially see some pullback into that. Well, let's wait for that candle to finish first, like this. Potentially look for something up here. See if we can get tapped in there. Alright, so see if we can do another $500 here, or maybe not. Maybe this is the liquidity run to go higher. Let's take that off. Close above that, I'll collapse the trade. Let's see what is happening here. Probably put my stop above the swing point now if we form a swing high. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see if we're gonna get stopped out first, or we're gonna on low first. Grief. Just literally missed a stop there. See if we can get a little bit of a push down here now. Still in that fair value gap. We don't ask for a home run here, we just need, you know, this wick less than 50% get tapped into. Maybe just gonna run this high since push down. Leave my stop, push down. Probably going to stop me out and then run down. Okay, so that's gone. Okay, so I'm going to take this away and see if we can get a new setup for this. Like I said, guys, none of these are A+ setups. The setups we took now was observation we picked up earlier, and basically this spike up did not close above these highs, so very good chance for price to go lower here. And target is low. Provided we close below this low here. Close below it, then we can maybe look at the next one. Dreadful again. Okay, here comes the push. Now we want to look at this low here. Just mark it out. See if we can close below it. Then I will probably look for this low. Because we ran those highs. Oh gosh. Those highs, I think we're gonna want to come lower here. Push down. That's a problem with preempting trades like this. Never always a good idea. Okay, let's see if we can get that push lower. Okay, so it looks like movement here. Come on. Don't want to see this 50% hold. I want to see it go to that low. Okay, so this swing point here, we closed below it. Now I'm targeting this low here. There was no fair value gap, but that suggests that we should, you know, go to another low. We could test this little imbalance here between those two, you know, those two gaps down here. That's also a gap. Okay, we're so close. Come on, just a little push down. Oh, we're right there. Okay, so we got that one. So we're up $1,700 here with these trades, even though we took a loss. So still working. Alright, now we want to see what is going to happen here. Now look at these lows, gets rejected, and that could be the little equal lows here, run it, and now start going up to these highs, which is all liquidity, but let's keep an eye on it and see. Alright, so now that I've seen this low get taken, I want to see some sort of a swing high form, which is 3 candles, 1 candle high with 2 candles lower highs either side. Then I want to see it gets closed out of a fair value gap, price comes back in there, look for a buy in that fair value gap and target liquidity. Alright, so let's see if this high can hold. Just to show you guys, if you zoom in, that one is higher than that one. So if we stay like this, that's a high. If we close above that and it forms like a fair value gap, that's something we can then look at. So let's leave this here and just keep an eye on that. Alright, so looks like it wants to, but it's not going to. I don't know, we've got still time left, so let's see. let's see where this wants to go. Alright, so we looking at this as well. This could potentially send price lower if this is a fair value gap. Okay, so we close below it. It's going to take a short. Jeez, slow as this. See if we actually want to target that low. Just keep an eye on that 50% of this wick. Okay, so we're out of that trade, and now we are closing below this one. Alright, let's see if we're gonna keep a fair value gap here. Just want to see where I'm at. So we're on just over $2,000 here. These are all scalps, guys. These are not home run trades. And yeah. Literally closing the gap here. Nice big candle taking that low. I mean, this candle closed below this. If this was a gap, I would have taken a short here, and we go straight to this low. Now it's just a matter of seeing if we're going to close below this. Looks like a pretty strong move down. Alright, so we close below this low. So my idea is to go short here, but in a I want to just look at something. Yeah, You want to look at it at a premium of that candle. I mean, this low is definitely a target now. Oops. How's that for a move? Massive spike up. Pretty at the bottom here, so what I mean by pretty at the bottom here, take my face off here. If we look at the range bound, I mean, maybe there's liquidity down here. Or maybe, I mean, I'm just trying to see this point. It's taken these low out already. And maybe that's not where we want to go. Maybe we want to start seeing a change in direction here. Alright, so let me take all these lines off so you don't get confused with them. And now we can keep an eye and see what the next drive is going to be. Okay, so for me, what's the one I'm going to look at? Alright, so the one I'm going to watch now is going to be this one here. Okay, so tiny gap there, but nothing big. See if we want to close above that high. So basically this high here, we closed above it. We could have taken something here to take it to there, but let's see if we close above that, then most likely okay, well, let's take it and target something up here. Let's see. That's what we get. I mean, we could actually push this even higher, and I'll tell you guys why. Next thing, I want to see how we're going to close above this point here. If we close above it, then this is on, and these levels up here. Okay. There we get like a rejection. Guys, there's a gap down here. I don't know if we're going to go there, but we could. I just notice all this liquidity down here, so we could see a spike in here and then carry on. Okay, so let's see. Spike to go into a discount for buys. Our price is just stuck there. Let's see if we can get this going. See if we can get that push now. So now the high is this one here. If you want to keep and see how do we close above there, or we're just gonna spike through it. Come on. There's so much up there for you to take. Okay, so let's see, we at last got that push higher, and now guys, we've got all this liquidity here, all this liquidity. So remember, I still got this level up here where I think we're going to go to, but for now I'm just going to target this high and see. And the reason I'm not holding it, because alright, so well, we've got this, remember we had this little observation. Let's see if we're going to get a fair value gap here. We close above these highs, so I can expect price to go higher here. And because the market's very sideways, you know, something just tell me not to hold it all the way there, because we might, I don't know, getting we at, you know, at the very end of the day, so we might see a nice push up now. And alright, so now we've got this fair value gap where we can take a trade if we go into it, because we close above these highs, to go higher. I still think we're going to get there. But yeah, we're in this trade. If I looked at the time now, I probably wouldn't have taken the trade, because it's too late for me. And normally you get this time and the market just taper off in a very thin sideways type of consolidation. So let's see if we can break through this and just take that money off, you know, that off the table, and yeah, then we can move on to tomorrow. There's no real news today. There's going to be news tomorrow. I wonder if it's I think it's FOMC tomorrow. Let me just check. Yes, tomorrow is FOMC. Guys, tomorrow I'm not going to do an AM session. I'm only going to do a PM session. Normally you should stay away from the FOMC AM session, and I'll probably jump on earlier, and then we'll see what the AM session did and try to see where the liquidities are for the PM session for FOMC. So just bear that in mind. Come on, push up. Let's give it some time there. Okay, so we might see this fair value gap get tested and then go higher. Yeah. I was really hoping for some better price action. I know we made money on these trades, but you know, something better. Or something more exciting, at least. Okay, so let's say this. We need to close above that to go higher. So just to recap this again, so we've got this high here for a big candle to close above that, forming a fair value gap. That fair value gap is normally, well, it looks like it. Looks like a high probability of holding price to send it higher, especially if there's liquidity. And we've done it a couple of times today, and it worked out pretty well. So let's see if this thing, I know it's now after 4, maybe we see that spike in here and then reject to go higher. If it comes all the way down here to stop me out, then it's fine. It's a paper trade account, guys. This is part of the journal exercise. And because it's after 4, we could see price just going sideways and nowhere here. I'd like to see that quick punch up, and then I'm most probably going to end the stream. Come on, push up now, or is this now the sideways move? All right. Market will probably run up now once I close the trade, because I'm thinking maybe I must just collapse the trade and then we can move on to tomorrow, but let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna stop it here, guys. Alright, so scalping today we got 2690, which is not too bad, and as you can see I closed it and now it starts moving, and it's one of those things, I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Alright, so what I want to say is, guys, it's been a slow PM session, but yeah, thanks for those who were joining me. And yeah, so if you obviously got questions going forward on these live streams, just pop it in the comments below. If there's anything specific you guys want me to look at or explain or go through, I mean, we're in a live market, we can go through live examples. And yeah, thanks for the support, guys. Really appreciate it. And I'm not going to do AM tomorrow, but I'll do FOMC. Take care, don't overtrade, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.